Chapter 9 In the Barber Shop. It was very quiet in the barber shop. The barber was shaving an elderly gentleman. Captain Cook found this spectacle very interesting, and in order to get a better view, he jumped up on the mirror ledge. "Good night," said the barber. The gentleman in the barber's chair, his face already white with lather, half lifted his head to see what had happened. "Who?" said the penguin, flapping his flippers and reaching out his long beak to work the lather on the gentleman's face. With a yell and a leap, the gentleman rose from his reclining position, left the barber's chair, and fled into the street, not even stopping for his coat and hat. "Go!" said Captain. "Hey!" said the barber to Mr. Popper. "Take that thing out of my shop. This is no rule. What's the idea?" "Do you mind if I take him out your back door?" asked Mr. Popper. "Any door," said the barber, "as long as it's quick. Now it's biting the teeth of my gums." Mr. Popper took Captain Cook in his arms, and amidst cries of "quack, war," and "arg," made his way out of the shop and its bathroom and out a door into an alley. Captain Cook now discovered his first back stairway. Mr. Popper discovered that when a penguin has found steps going up somewhere, it is absolutely impossible to keep him from climbing them. "All right," said Mr. Popper, panting up the steps behind Captain Cook. "I suppose, being a bird and one that can fly, you had to go up in the air somehow. So you like to climb stairs? Well, it's a good thing this building has only 3 stories. Come on, let's see what you can do." Slowly but unwearyingly, Captain Cook lifted one pink foot after another from one step to the next, followed by Mr. Popper at the other end of the closed line. At last they came to the stop landing. "Now what?" inquired Mr. Popper of Captain Cook. Finding there was no more steps to climb, Captain Cook turned around and surveyed the step that now went down. Then he raised his flippers and leaned forward. Mr. Popper, who was still panting for breath, had not supposed the determined bird would run so quickly. He should have remembered that penguins will toboggan whenever they get a chance. Perhaps he had been unwise in tying one end of the clothesline to his own wrist. At any rate, this time Mr. Popper found himself suddenly sliding on his own white-clad stomach down the 3 flights of steps. This delighted the penguin, who was enjoying his own slide just ahead of Mr. Popper. When they reached the bottom, Captain Cook was so eager to go up again, and Mr. Popper had to call a taxi to distract him. "432 Broadwood Avenue," said Mr. Popper to the driver. The driver, who was a kind and polite man, did not nap at his oddly assorted passengers until he had been paid. "Oh dear," said Miss Popper, when she opened the door to her husband. "You look so neat and handsome when you started for your walk, and now look at the front of you." "I'm sorry, my love," said Mr. Popper in a humble tone, "but you can't always tell what a penguin will do next." So saying, he went to lie down, for though he was quite exhausted from all the unusual exercise, while Captain Cook had a shower and took a nap in the ice box. Chapter 10 Shadows. Next day, the picture of Mr. Popper and Captain Cook appeared in the Stillwater Morning Chronicles, with a paragraph about the house painter who had received a penguin by air express from Admiral Drake in the faraway Antarctic. Then the Associated Press picked up the story, and a week later, the photograph in Rotogravure could be seen in the Sunday edition of the most important newspapers in all the large cities in the sea country. Naturally, the purpose all felt very proud and happy. Captain Cook was not happy, however. He had suddenly seen his guide exploring little woods and about the house, and would sit most of the day, soaking in the refrigerator. Miss Popper had removed all the stranger objects, leaving only the marbles and trinkets, so that Captain Cook now had a nice, orderly little rookery. "He won't play with us anymore," said Bill. "I tried to get some of my marbles from him, and he tried to bite me." "Naughty Captain Cook," said Jolie. "Better leave him alone, children," said Miss Popper. "He feels mopey, I guess." But it was soon clear that it was something worse than mobility that ailed Captain Cook. All day he would sit with his little white circle eyes staring out sadly from the refrigerator. His coat had lost its lovely rosy look. His round little stomach grew fatter every day. He would turn away now when Miss Popper would offer him some canned shrimps. One evening he took his temperature. It was 104 degrees. "Well, Papa," he said, "I think you had better call the veterinary doctor. I am afraid Captain Cook is really ill." Veterinary doctor. But when the veterinary came, he only shook his head. He was a very good animal doctor, and though he had never taken care of a penguin before, he knew enough about birds to see at a glance that this one was seriously ill. "I will leave you some pills. Give him once every hour. Then you can try feeding him on sherbet and wrapping him in ice baths. But I cannot give you any encouragement, because I am afraid it is a hopeless case. This scarlet bird was never made for this climate, you know. I can see that you have taken good care of him, but an Antarctic penguins can dry in still water." That night, the Poppers sat up all night, taking turns changing the ice baths. It was no use. In the morning, Miss Popper took Captain Cook's temperature again. It had gone up to 105. Everyone was very sympathetic. The reporter on the Morning Chronicle stopped in to inquire about the penguin. The labels brought in all sorts and broths and jellies to try to tame the little fellow. Even Miss Callahan, who had never had a very high opinion of Captain Cook, made a lovely frozen custard for him. Nothing did any good. Mr. Cook was too far gone. He napped all day now in a heavy stable, and everyone was saying that the end was not far away. All the Poppers had grown terribly fond of the funny, solemn little chap, and Mr. Popper's heart was frozen with terror. It seemed to him that his life would be very empty if Captain Cook went away. Surely someone would know what to do for a sick penguin. He wished that there were some way of asking advice of Admiral Drake away down at the South Pole, but there was no time. In his despair, Mr. Popper had an idea. A letter had brought him his bed. He sat down and wrote another letter. It was addressed to Dr. Smith, the curator of the Great Aquarium in Mammoth City, the largest in the world. Surely, if anyone anywhere had any idea what could cure a dying penguin, this man would. 2 days later, there was an answer from the curator. Unfortunately, he wrote, it is not easy to care sick penguin. Perhaps you do not know that we too have. In our aquarium at Mammoth City, a penguin from the Antarctic. It is feeling rapidly inspired everything we have done for it. I have wondered lately whether it is not suffering from loneliness. Perhaps that is what ails your Captain Cook. I am, therefore, shipping you under separate carver our penguin. You may keep her. There is just a chance that the birds may get on better together. And that is how Greta came to live at 432 Broadfoot Avenue.